Well, this one can only apply to Bill. Years ago, you began an organizational improvement effort that has seemingly been abandoned. The foundation of this effort was ethical actions at all levels. I think most deputies find it peculiar that the person leading this effort and demanding that our lives be unsullied by unethical decisions was the same person who had the most significant ethical lapse of any deputy currently working here. This deputy's actions were immoral, unethical, and illegal, resulting in a young woman being victimized. The deputy in question was even a supervisor with our office at the time. Yet within weeks of being punished for his illegal behavior, he was promoted. It wasn't long after that he was promoted again, this time to a position that placed him in charge of judging all deputies' ethical behavior. Why would you promote someone obviously lacking in character and give this person the authority to pass judgment on the behavior of all the deputies?
Let me clarify first how this young woman was victimized. This case was fully investigated by an external agency. This crime did not happen in the city. This alleged crime did not happen in unincorporated Whatcom County. It happened in one of the cities, and it was investigated by that city police department. It was reviewed by the prosecuting attorney. It was reviewed by the city prosecutor in the city where it was alleged to have occurred. And there was a decision made that insufficient evidence existed to proceed with a criminal prosecution. I then, after that long process that took 1.5 years or almost 2 years for that to be completed with overseas victims, or witnesses rather, we began our administrative review. We had to wait for the criminal case to be concluded. I reviewed this with the civil end of our prosecutor's office. They told me, based on the evidence and based what's actually in the file, not what we're reading today on internet circles, the maximum discipline that could be administered in this case, I believe they said 5 days. And I think I gave double or triple that, if my memory serves me right. This person was very candid. He admitted that he had a lapse in judgment, that he made a serious mistake. And when people make serious mistakes here and they own up to it and they're honest, I think it's worth our effort to try to rehabilitate them and bring them into the fold and use their talents to the best of the organization's ability. I think this is a very talented individual that paid a heavy price. He accepted his discipline, and he was promoted.
Okay, well, I would agree that when people make mistakes here, they're given the benefit of the doubt, and often they do very well. The question stands. I would say the vast majority of this room has not had a similar ethical lapse, and we're not rapidly getting promoted up the chain. So again, how do we take a person like this who has this problem? I don't care if it's prosecutable or not. The incident occurred, and now this person is immediately thrust into a position to check the ethics of all kinds of people who haven't had these kind of problems. I think it just stretches credulity of this person, and all of us look at it and say, well, who is this guy to be judging me?
Well, Bob, I can't go into the specifics of this case because of some decisions that are involved now, the privacy of disciplinary rules, I'm sure you're well aware of. But I think this case is portrayed as far more egregious. I recently went back again and listened to all the tapes, listened to the witnesses, this young woman's tapes of what she alleged, and what people are circulating as to what happened, and memos that were written 2 years after the fact and published. So I have confidence in the supervisor. He's done a good job, and there's not been another lapse in judgment since. And I followed what our personnel guidelines are for progressive discipline, and he's doing a fine job.